Do you ever hit a technical wall in your racing, even though you train hard? Today we're diving into 7 hurdlers with one goal: go faster. From rhythm changes to arm tweaks, we'll explore the adjustments that can shave off half a second or more. I'm Mike Caton from Ace Method Coaching, and every week hurdlers send me their race videos to show me what they're doing and where they're stuck. Today I'm going to give you some direct feedback to help you get faster. Let's dig in. This is Daniel, a 400-meter hurdler from Panama. He's wondering about how many steps he should take. Currently, he takes 15 steps through the 5th hurdle, and then he shifts down to 17 steps to finish the race. But he says that he's very tired at the end of the race and wondering if he should stick with 17 steps all the way around because he has more energy at the end. Daniel, what's most important is your total time when you run 15 steps versus 17 steps. My guess is you're faster when you do 15 steps for the first half of the race, and that's most important. Just having more energy at the end of the race is really not a good indicator of your success. And just so you'll know, all really good 400-meter hurdlers go faster at the beginning, and as they fatigue, they naturally slow down. Most of them take less steps in the first half of the race than they do at the second half, so it's very normal. So I should just make sure your speed and your conditioning is up good and keep up the work. This is Adam from Denmark. He's a first-year hurdler. He says he's struggling with his trail arm and stomping when he's hurdling. Adam, for your trail arm, I see that you let it swing behind your back a little bit. That's an easy fix with some arm drills. I'm going to send you a link to that with my hurdle drill library. As for the stomping, I see some of that as you approach the first hurdle and a little bit between the hurdles. To fix that, I would work on some jump roping or jumping in place or jogging in place. That way you learn how to strike the ground properly. Aside from that, I like the way you run. I think your first step is great. Second step is exceptional. Your step going into the hurdle is actually really good. I think your main issue is your trail leg. I think you open up your hips a little bit too much leading with your left leg, so your trail leg comes around slow, and when it does, your foot hangs low. So when you land, your trail leg's behind where it should be at this point. And I think that's why on this video you hit your hurdle. If you like some real coaching where I give a lot more time than these quick videos, you're looking for a virtual coaching session. But if you want to get on one of these videos for a quick review, I'll leave a link for both of those in the comments and the description. This is Erica. She's been hurdling for 2 years, going into her senior year, and overall just wants to know how to get better. Erica, the main thing I see is you're just too high over the hurdle, and there's 2 reasons for that. One is you're too close to the hurdle, so when you went over it, it forced you to take a high angle at it, which put you very high on the other side. And the other problem is your lead leg is that you have it bent at 90 degrees as you go over the hurdle, which if you look at it, if you went any lower, your heel would hit it. So in order to go lower over the hurdle, you need to be back a little farther, straighten your leg as you go over it so you can go lower, and that'll help you touch down right here versus floating in the air so long and touching down over here, which will keep your speed up, which will help you get to the next hurdles faster. This is Elijah, second-year hurdler, going into his sophomore year, just wants to know how to have better speed between the hurdles. Elijah, if your speed is what you're working on, I recommend not practicing on the grass. In order to run fast when your foot hits the ground, you need the ground to push back against you. The track does that very well, but grass kind of lets you sink in a little bit so you don't get that bouncing effect. So while it's fine for doing hurdle drills and working on technique, it's not something you want to do when you're trying to get faster. The other thing I notice is you tend to run really scrunched down, and that's not good for your speed. And when you're in between the hurdles, you do the same thing. What you want to do is get up taller. It'll help you be faster and also give you a better advantage going over the hurdle. This is Ryan in lane 4 in all black. He's going to be a senior in high school, wants to know how to be quicker over the hurdles. Well, Ryan, while you do look fast and athletic, I can see what's going on here. You actually look good up until right here, but notice what happens as you keep going. You slide your hips back and you pull your trail leg underneath you. So you end up in this seating position on top of the hurdle. So you've hopped over it. And because you're not a very tall person and you're so high over the hurdle, you have to wait to land here, and all that slows you down and you're kind of falling back at this point. So you definitely need to fix this trail leg so it goes around the side and enables you to stay lower as you go over the hurdle. And also as you descend the hurdle, that your trail leg stays in the right position. So trail leg drills are the way to go for you. So I'm going to give you access to my hurdle drill library, and that'll give you a lot of hurdle drills to help fix this problem. Hey, if you watch these videos to see how you can make yourself or one of your athletes faster, keep watching, because very soon I'm going to be announcing something very exciting. I can't wait to show you to you. It's part of an app that I'm going to put out, and I'll be releasing some information soon. This is Nora. She's a 17-year-old hurdler from Hungary, going into the 11th grade, only been hurdling for a few months, and is struggling with her steps. Nora, I think you're doing great for the short amount of time you've been hurdling. What I see here is you take off too close to the hurdle, jump too high over it. It forces you to spend too much time in the air, and then it ends up giving you a slower landing. And so not having that speed, you have to stretch out with your steps between the hurdles. I would spend the time working on your sprint technique. Make sure you land on the balls of your feet with your feet underneath you rather than out in front of you. And then make sure you translate that to the hurdling. And when you do hurdle, work with a low hurdle, something you can practice with, so you can drive your leg forward instead of up, so you can stay lower and keep speed between the hurdles. It's going to make such a big difference. I'm going to send you my hurdle success system, which has my hurdling 101 and 201 in there, so you can get started in the right direction. This is Chris, second-year hurdler, going into his junior year of high school. Says he's struggling keeping his trail arm close to the side of his body. Chris, the reason you're having a hard time keeping it to the side of your body is because it's not supposed to stay at the side of your body. You would think so, because that's what most boys are doing these days, because they're trying to copy Grant Holloway. While it works for him, it's really not the way your trail arm should move. Just like when you walk and you run and you sprint, your arms should move back and forth to be in the opposite of your legs. The same thing should happen in hurdling. So while you do want to keep it a little less than 90 degrees, you want to let that arm swing back and then come forward as you come off the hurdle. That's it. I hope you learned a lot. If you want to see more of these, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you want to learn more about hurdling, go to my website at acemethodcoaching.com.